Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A well-known Holly community activist and volunteer is facing criminal embezzlement charges tonight. The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office approved those charges because school PTO money disappeared. Glad you're with us at 6. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill, but as Local 4's Rod Maloney tells us, the woman charged says she has the money and has been trying to give it to proper authorities for months.
Parents with young children know you send the kids off to elementary school, and there's usually a parent-teacher organization that's run by the parents trying to make sure that the kids have a great experience. But in one small town, Holly, the police had to get involved because the management somehow went awry. 53-year-old Angela Marie Wallace is facing a felony embezzlement charge, a big surprise to many in this small town, considering she's a member of the Village Planning Commission and a well-known former school crossing guard. She served as the PTO treasurer until October, when she ran afoul of the newly installed leadership. The case here stems from a PTO account she personally managed. The police press release says of her, quote, "The now former treasurer went to the bank that held the account, presenting herself with authority and acting in her former capacity, and advised the bank employee that she wished to close the account on behalf of the PTO organization. The account was closed, all of the funds and check issued to the former treasurer in the amount of several $1,000s, end quote. $7,000 appears to be the amount of money that's in no way connected to the school district. Wallace's arrest is a shocker to friend and library board member Kristen Watts.
It's definitely local, small town, in some ways, drama that has gone ugly, in my opinion.
Watts says she's spoken with Wallace about the particulars and says this is all a big misunderstanding, that Wallace has the money, wants to give it to a proper authority, but the PTO is still awaiting the proper IRS paperwork to become an official 501c3 organization.
She doesn't want to keep things from those kids. She loves those kids, and everyone in this town that knows her knows that.
Now, Watts says that Wallace had gone ahead and used her Social Security number to get an EIN, a business operating, essentially, permission from the IRS. And she claims that Wallace wants to give the money to somebody that is supposed to get it, and that's what she's been trying to do, including trying to offer it to the police department to take it off of her hands. But it looks like the prosecutor's office said you took the money, it wasn't yours to take, and so thus the charge. So she's back in court later this month. We'll see how this shakes out. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod. Sentencing starts tomorrow for the confessed Oxford school shooter. Ethan Crumbley pleaded guilty to 4 counts of murder in the deaths of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Justin Schilling, and Hannah St. Juliana. He is eligible for life without parole. Sean Lay with us now. Sean, we expect an emotional day for the families of all of those murdered or injured in the shooting.
That's the key way of putting it. An emotional day, of course. We talked to an attorney who spends a lot of time in these courtrooms. So he's going to break down for us what to look for and what to expect. Yes, the shooter will learn his fate with a sentence, but people are going to line up and they're going to give something called a victim impact statement. Simply means they're going to tell the court, the judge, that could speak directly to the shooter about how all of this impacted their lives.
You're going to have, victims, direct victims. I think there were 7 people injured, obviously 4 who were killed. You've got their families, their parents, the school, the other students. I mean, I don't know that it's been released yet how many witnesses are going to be testifying. But frankly, given this case, I would be surprised if it gets done tomorrow.
Butzel Law Attorney George Donini breaking down what we should look for Friday at 9 a.m. sharp, the sentencing of the Oxford school shooter. The team will learn his sentence, but this is where people victimized, traumatized by the shooting will read what are called victim impact statements, how this shooter forever changed their lives. Court administrators tell me there will be a substantial number of people who will stand up in court and share details they want the shooter and the judge to hear.
I think the judge is going to want to allow as many witnesses to come in to inform his decision as possible. So if the prosecution is looking to call, whether it's 10 witnesses or 50, and I think they have an incentive to call as many witnesses as, have expressed an interest in doing so. I've seen reports that this could, I guess it could take a day, but it could take multiple days, it could take multiple weeks.
And at the end, will the shooter address the families?
Would you be surprised if he did?
Typically, a defendant should say something to the judge at a sentencing hearing. Here, I would say, I don't know if I'd be surprised if he does, but I think he probably won't.
Probably won't address the families or the judge tomorrow. We will wait and see. Again, Kimberly and Devin, you guys know this more than anything. Victim impact statements. Yes, the families impacted, losing a child or a child who is injured, a teacher was injured. But think about this. What if you heard the shots or had to hide? What if you saw what happened or saw your friend on the ground down the hill at the mire? What if you saw all the sheriff's deputies arriving? People are traumatized by this, and they get their chance tomorrow to share that in open court to the shooter. Back to you.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, and we are going to live stream the entire sentencing hearing on our free streaming app, Local 4 Plus, starting at 9 a.m. Local 4 Plus is available to stream on clickondetroit.com. It's on the Click on Detroit mobile app or with our free streaming app, of which you can find if you've got a smart TV like Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick. Just search WDIV in your app store, and we will be following very closely this hearing and updates coming up all day long on Local 4 News. All right, investigators are sharing more details about a deadly mass shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. 3 people died, another critically wounded, all faculty members at the university.
Sources say the gunman legally purchased a gun about 18 months ago. Meanwhile, the investigation moves forward against a backdrop of sobering, sad mass shooting milestones in the U.S. this week.
Flags at half-staff waved over the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas Thursday morning. The city still scarred from a concert mass shooting in 2017 where more than 50 people died, and they're dealing with another day after today. This time a deadly mass shooting on the UNLV campus Wednesday.
I jumped up on the toilet trying to make sure my feet aren't shown, and I heard the gunman, and I was just freaking out, crying.
The shooter, killed by responding officers, was identified to CNN as a career college professor in his 60s. The same sources say a possible motive is he applied for a job at UNLV but didn't get it. The deadly incident marks the 632nd mass shooting this year. That's according to the Gun Violence Archive. And it's the 80th school shooting of 2023, the highest mark since CNN started tracking this data back in 2008. All of this comes as the 11th anniversary of the Sandy Hook school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut approaches, where 20 children and 6 adults were gunned down in 2012. Some congressional members joining Sandy Hook families Thursday to remember the victims and mark more than a year since the passage of the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, considered the
of the nation. You save even more lives. None of this is theoretical.
This is a moral imperative, not just a political obligation. It is a moral duty for this country to stop gun violence.
Investigators say before the shooting, the gunman mailed 22 letters with no return addressed to university faculty members across the United States. They say what was inside the letters is currently unknown.
A garbage truck driver is dead after a freak accident at the Riverview Land Preserve. It happened this afternoon when a commercial gravel hauler tipped over and landed on top of the cab of the residential garbage truck. Sources tell us the driver was sitting in the garbage truck as it was unloaded and was killed instantly. Well, the menorah in the D is lighting up campus marshes tonight, or is about to, on this first night of Hanukkah.
Yeah, let's take a live look downtown, and you can see the crowd gathered there watching speakers, and the lighting ceremony is going to happen in any moment now. Security higher than usual downtown to ensure it's a beautiful and safe celebration there. Beautiful tree, all the lights, the folks there. Hanukkah's 8-day duration is a commemoration of the miracle of the oil in the temple. It said there was only enough oil to last one day, but it miraculously lasted 8 days. All right, Help Me Hank is at it again, working to collect toys for Tots and teaming up with Kroger to make sure every child has a gift this holiday season.
Our toy drive at the Somerset collection earlier was a huge success. Unfortunately, the need is much greater this year. So Hank Winchester going for it again and needs your help to do it. Hank?
Yeah, we are going for it in a big way. In fact, we're going to be here at the Kroger store in Southgate. You can see the store here behind me. We are looking to fill up this huge semi. Right now, it is empty. So I need your help in a big way tomorrow. Come along with us here inside the Kroger Marketplace store in Southgate as we go shopping for toys for Tots. Yes, this location and other marketplace locations has a full toy department. And the team here at Kroger stepping up in a big way, making a large donation to get our toy drive started right.
We have a $5,000 toy donation. Our associates are going to go shopping, put them all in the basket so we can get this toy drive going. Tomorrow, the first 200 customers are going to get a $10 Kroger gift card.
The toys from you will be collected all day tomorrow, Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Kroger store right here on 4th Street in Southgate. Thank you, Kroger.
Every kid deserves to have a toy under the tree, and we're so excited to be able to support that.
The reality is the need this year, especially downriver, bigger than it's been in recent memory.
Right now, there's an overbearing need for Toys for Tots in southeastern Michigan and throughout the nation. The income bracket for people right now, they are just begging for help.
And so many already stepping up and helping us out.
Anytime I can give back to our community, I will, I do, I love it.
Attorney and philanthropist Mike Morris with us yesterday at the Kroger store in Royal Oak, filling up carts of toys to make sure no child is forgotten.
This is the holidays. This is special. Every kid deserves gifts. Every kid should wake up to presents under the tree.
That is true. I love it. And we need your help. We have a lot of work to do. I mean, this is a big old truck here at the Kroger on 4th Street in Southgate. Again, if you get here early, the first 200 people that make their way here with a new unwrapped toy, they're going to walk away with a $10 Kroger gift card. And here's the great thing. If you're thinking right now you don't have a toy, no big deal. Make your way here to Kroger. They have a huge toy department inside. Buy the toy, drop it in the semi, get your gift card. Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
We'll be here all day tomorrow in Southgate. We're going to send it now back to you guys.
Really great idea. Okay, we'll see you then. Hank Whipper.
Perfect day to do it, right?
Yeah, the weather should not be a hindrance, right, Ron?
It will not at all. It is going to be mild out there, very comfortable. We're looking downtown right now. Of course, the campus marsh is where the menorah is. Temperatures at this time, it is very nice out there. This is above where our normal high should be. 45 in Detroit, 42 in Ann Arbor, 43 Port Huron, 41 in Adrian. Across the area, a little bit cooler as you get around I-69 and northward, where we're seeing those temperatures closer to 40 degrees, with 40 coming in. And Sandusky. The temperatures right now, several degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday. 13 degrees warmer, and it's only going to get warmer tomorrow and Saturday. Clouds developing across our area, but we're staying dry. So here are the headlines. It's warming up quite a bit tomorrow and even more on Saturday. We're talking about near record highs. Winds, it'll be gusty tomorrow as well as over the weekend. And the rain showers start moving in very late Friday night into Saturday, and maybe even lingering into Sunday morning, depending on where you are. That's all coming up. In the meantime, you want to download the 4Warn Weather app to get the latest details, as well as to access the 4D Exact Track radar. We're going to have more news and weather coming up after the break.